It is Thursday, and I am here with my little Charlie girl. I realized something a couple days ago, that her middle name, Ingalls, means angel, and then it dawned on me that she's a Charlie Angel. It's another cute little thing about her name. So yes, she is still living with me in the living room every day, and I cannot seem to bring myself to put her away. I covered her up last night with blankets, and she still actually also has her belly plate on. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen some of the really cute photos of this outfit. Sorry, I'm just working her curl here a little bit. She's had this this barrette in, and I just want to take it out for a minute because I don't want it to get pulled. But I've been thinking about a couple of things as a result. So this baby has totally captured me. Obviously, she's new, but it's really hard for me to explain. I don't even know if you'll be able to see through the camera some of the things that I see. But I can tell you that she has her belly plate on, so I can tell you that it's definitely drawn some contrasts in my mind, or in my understanding, between the art and the heart, let's say. There's some things about her painting that I think are really incredible, and there are also some stark differences between her and some of my other babies in terms of the amount of mottling, the amount of veining. I mean, that's the majority of it. She's got amazing blushing, and she has veins, and I catch them sometimes, but only in certain light. But I guess not every baby has very translucent skin. But anyhow, I always assumed that the better painting was, the more I would love that baby. And but there's some kind of connection with this girl that is different. And she just, she makes me laugh, and she makes me gush over her, and she continues to catch me with her eyes. And there's just this heart thing with her that I just I can't even, like I said, put her away. Every time I come over and I look at her, I'm gonna just pick her up a little bit. The sculpt is so cool. The way that the limbs move, and the way that the butt hangs. And she is she's rocking this great Guns N' Roses Sweet Child of Mine shirt here from that I bought from Auntie June, that she was selling at Reborn Baby Hope and Joy June here on YouTube. And she's June B12 over on Instagram. But anyway, so I'm totally smitten with her, and it definitely has me experiencing the heart connection in a new way. Now, I have a very strong connection with all the babies that I have right now, that I love them in more than an appreciation kind of way. I imagine certain energies about them. And so it's not a lack of bond or what have you with the other babies, but there's something about her. But it got me thinking about two things. One is I started thinking about the energy of the artist, and how I can kind of sense that in the personalities of the babies, but I can sense it in the artists that I've known, and knowing their process and things like that, I could sort of, well, I could feel it, in the personality that I envisioned for the baby. And it made me wonder, it made me wonder a couple things about this artist, and if I had kind of a feel for her vision for this baby and her energy towards her creations, because of the way I feel for this one. Now, her artist, Marina Matsko, she actually she did style this baby after her cousin's daughter. I won't share a picture of her because that seems private to me, but I did see a picture of her, and she has the ears that stick out, same facial structure, same color eyes, and she really got it. So to me, it feels like there was definitely adoration going on when she made this baby. And when I was shortly before I really started to get into energy art and energy practices and to know about that stuff, I was watching Penn and Teller, and Penn and Teller Bullshit is the name of the show, and they were talking about different people who eat different kinds of weird ways, restrict their diets and things like that. And there was one person who would not eat out at restaurants, and they said the people who work in those restaurants hate their job, they're hot, they're angry, and all that energy is going into your food, and then that energy is becoming a part of you. I thought that was the craziest, most embarrassing thing that I heard, that it was ridiculous that people would think that way. But it started to make a lot more sense to me as I learned and experienced more in my life. And so I kind of think about that with these dolls. When you have someone who sits and pours how many hours into a doll like this, it's just like tattooers and hairdressers and stuff. There's a lot of energy interchange that's going on when you're close in a space and you're putting your creativity and your heart into something. And I kind of feel like I can feel it. I kind of feel like I can feel it in my Wendy's babies too. Wendy Graham, my two little British babies, that as she has a vision and the vision starts to take over, she's so connected with that personality or that character that she's creating. She even names them, and I feel that come through when I look at the art, and it becomes a part of my perception of the baby, like the character or the personality that I envision. The other thing that I was thinking about was realism. This baby and Keanu, both of those dolls got, I would say, the biggest crowd reaction, public reaction to the photos and videos and how they came across in the realism. Now, in person, their details were not as, we'll say, pronounced or exaggerated or heavy as the other babies. So it always surprised me and surprises me about that. But I wanted to mention this too, because you can, in my opinion, you can have a $1,500 doll, and if you pick it up haphazardly, or you don't take time with positioning it, or you don't take care with the lighting or the angles, and you don't discriminate, that doll will look, I think, very dolly-like or not very realistic. And you won't convey the personality or the energy or the image, the character that you are experiencing when up close, when you are interacting with the doll. So I wanted to show you. So this doll, by the way, I love her so much, I don't even want to change her weighting or anything. I guess I'll go ahead and take her belly plate out now. I haven't wanted to but it's easy to put on and off. But just since we're going to talk about movement, I want to make sure she's free to move. This is a brand new diaper and it already looks raggy. So she's light. Her head is especially is light. Now, if I just come in and I just grab her like a doll, you know, she looks like a doll. Well, she almost looks real even when I'm careless. I don't want to be too crazy with her. But, you know, if I just grab her. But if I'm on video or I'm out, and I pick her up very carefully, and I support her head, she looks like she's got a heavier head, and will also give an impression of more realism, especially if you're out, because you would never manhandle a baby. Or if you would, well, you're probably not watching my video. Also with photos, lighting, positioning, props, all those obviously play a part. For me, I almost need a second hard drive for all the pictures I take of my babies. But there are a couple things that collectors can do if they're taking photos of their dolls, and you know, they want them to look as real as possible and come as close to looking like they do in person across film, because I do find that too. See, the camera, you're taking like a 4D, you know, a real object, and you're translating it into a 2D image. So your eye is picking up different angles, different lights, different shadows, and you're seeing something different a lot of times than what you see on a picture. Picture, a lot of times you'll get harder lines, deeper shadows. You can see that a lot with my Atticus. Very sharp features, strange features. So angle is important. Lighting is important, natural lighting is important, and posing is important. You know, I try not to do more than 6 photos at a time. I try to only do 3 at a time for one baby in a photo shoot. But I try to get different angles, different poses, and I try to do different ones with different photo shoots, so it's not always the same one. So I'm going to put a couple of pictures in here that show contrast of the same time of day, the same outfit, and the same scenery, but using natural light or using flash, using conscious or proper staging with your, well, proper, geez, that's very subjective, deliberate staging and posing, and variety in the poses versus plopping the baby down, because I think it's really cool. I think you can really, it's frustrating for some of us to look at this amazing creation and then try to capture it and share it, and it doesn't even come close. You don't need a $2,000 doll with perfect art in order to have an extremely realistic looking baby in your Instagram photographs. You just don't. I mean, I'm totally experiencing it and have experienced it before too. So I'm gonna put, so I did some contrast photos to show you how you can best maximize the beauty of your doll and try to convey what you're seeing. Okay, in this photo you can see she's just kind of plopped down and laying, which is, it's not a bad shot, but here we added a little bit of movement, so it looks like she's kicking around and she's looking at a prop. She's looking at that bear. This picture is taken with a flash, so it is not reflecting in the most flattering way. And remember, this is a 2D picture. So, and then here we go, natural lighting. See the natural shadows and contours. You can see the paint better. You can see the contours of the kit better. Again, this is another poor lighting. It's not taking advantage of the angles of her face and the way they pick up on film. And then here we're just back just a little bit, allowing some of the other images to come in and the shadows and things to play on her. Now this picture, again, it's not terrible just because she's so cute, but the baby is unrealistically plopped down as a newborn but not doing anything. Now in this picture, she's sitting in the same spot, but I've added a little prop and moved her a little bit, given her face a little angle so it looks like something's going on. This shot I would avoid at all costs. The close-up with a flash right in the face of the doll. To me, I'm not sure why you would want to put that picture up, but it's never flattering. And then here we just have a variety of pictures. I'm just kind of showing you how you can play with the angles and the use of props, but also in the same outfit, this is in her coming home outfit, in the same outfit you can take a whole bunch of photos but convey different positioning, and that gives sort of the impression in your viewers' minds that the baby is moving around and changing its position, and it gives sort of an imagination of life. I'm going to put these jeans on her. I don't know if I'm going to keep them on her because this diaper look with the t-shirt is just blowing my mind. She's so cute, but I want to see her in the jeans. We might as well, at least for 1 hour, maybe, get the full outfit. And we'll put her barrette back in because obviously she's still doing the rock and roll tomboy thing right now, and you can see what she looks like as a boy. Very cute boy too. But she stayed a girl with me because she's a cute boy, but she's an unusual girl, and I love unusual looking babies and babies with character. So I'm going to put her bow back in, and maybe we'll get her the pink there. Sorry, her barrette. I would give her a pink pacifier, but this is what my puppy did to it. Yeah, so we are actually getting a replacement. I'll be right back. And there she is. So I am just loving her. By the way, she is, if you missed her box opening, this is the Sally Sculpt by Bonnie Brown. And she came to me all the way from Siberia in the Russian Federation. And I'm completely smitten with her. But we will definitely be on to change her, maybe in a couple of days, into something very girly, because she definitely pulls that off amazingly well. But she's great in this little punk rock stuff too. She has got character, and she is just the coolest. So thank you guys. I will definitely probably elaborate a little bit more on some of these topics with maybe some of my other babies. There are some cool connections going on in my collection. She looks a lot like Ronan. So she and Ronan are almost like siblings. He's my Reborn Clyde asleep, and they both have like a Mogwai gremlin look to them. And of course, Niklaus and Brewster are siblings with a very fair skin, both from Wendy Graham, my English babies. And then she and Niklaus are my two open-eyed babies, and then I have Ronan and Brewster that are sleeping babies. They have that in common. And then, of course, she and Brewster are sisters, and Niklaus and Ronan are brothers. So there's a lot of cool things, I think, that I think I'm gonna explore with them, and maybe some nice photo shoots. So anyway, I hope you're all enjoying your week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will look forward to following up with you guys very soon with some more videos. Feel free to leave a comment down below, of course, if you have any thoughts to contribute on the subject as well. And until next time, sending y'all much love. Bye for now.